If you guys think that US real estate is pretty bad, go across the Atlantic Ocean and go to Europe, and especially the German real estate market. It's getting really bad. And remember, a lot of US banks, a lot of US investors are heavily invested into European real estate. I mean, a lot of the real estate markets in the West, they're very interconnected. Like when one falls, it's a domino effect and the other falls as well. And we don't have anything good at all on the news about the real estate market in Europe. Check this out. It's by Reuters, a article talking about the German housing market. Home prices have tumbled amid property rout. If you guys don't know what's happening in Germany right now, many cities in Germany are facing real estate price corrections from 10% to 20%. That is enormous. And if you guys thought San Francisco, if you got Houston, if you guys think LA real estate corrections are pretty enormous and fierce, Germany's real estate market has absolutely been destroyed. Not to mention their commercial sector is pretty bad. And then you have this scenario, which isn't good at all. This is Austria's Binco. They are handing over Signa for a restructuring purpose. You guys don't know what's happening. Signa actually owns a lot of malls, a lot of big commercial real estate properties in Europe. They also own 50% of the Chrysler Tower in New York City, which is pretty impressive. So it's like a multi-billion-dollar investment group. They invest in a lot of commercial real estate, and guess what happened? They defaulted on $5 to $7 billion worth of loans. It's becoming a domino effect, and this is actually taking a pretty big beating on the German housing market as well. And a lot of creditors, a lot of small regional banks that loan money to this Signa group, they're taking massive losses. And the domino effect is slowly coming to the United States, right? And even without like the European sector, we already have top economists who predicted the '08 housing crash says the commercial real estate bubble is about to burst. One of the biggest REITs and commercial real estate tycoons in Europe, this Austria company, has already went bust, or I guess partly went bust. People are now demanding money. They can't loan any more cash from banks because banks don't trust this. And now you already have the US commercial market already tanking. In fact, many properties in many American cities are selling for 50% off. And that is not a joke. From San Francisco to New York City, commercial real estate is selling for 10, 20, 30% off if you're lucky. But generally speaking, it's like 50 to 80% off. And it's really sad to see these enormous buildings that pretty much make up the US skyline. These skyscrapers are now worthless and selling for pennies on the dollar. And I think the commercial real estate market is only going to get worse. And it's not just commercial real estate, guys. Even projects in Oakland and residential projects are taking a massive beating. Builders pause apartment projects in Oakland's Brooklyn Basin. And the Signature Development president says there are no apartments starting anywhere right now. So what is Oakland's Brooklyn Basin, you ask? Well, this is going to be a pretty nice place to live, especially it's pretty close to the main highway, which you can actually get on this highway and go all the way to the San Francisco-Oakland Bridge, travel all the way to downtown San Francisco, and start working. But here's the thing about Brooklyn Basin. They are mostly dedicated towards young working professionals. And guess where all the young working professionals are? Not in freaking Oakland. They're most likely going to other places of the U.S. And plus, high-paying jobs like tech jobs and finance jobs are facing some of the biggest layoffs in American history right now. Look at this. They already built like apartment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have land for another 5 to 7 apartment complexes, and they completely halted construction. This is a very good plot of land near the water, near the boats, and they were commanding some really high rents. Like if you want a one bedroom, you're paying close to like $3,500, $3,700 a month, which is very expensive. And Brooklyn Basin is now pretty empty. Investors don't know what to do. They already took out this much money. They don't have enough tenants, and not a lot of people are renting this. They were expecting the whole entire apartment complexes to be fully rented out. But surprise, the pandemic hit. And then after the pandemic, nobody really moved into Oakland. Oakland's population is at a decline. And this is what's happening here. And that's scary because the small regional banks that loan money to this project are now wanting their money back. And then combine it with the commercial real estate doing extremely poorly in the US, and also the European real estate market already facing massive shambles. It's not a great sign at all. And before guys leave, definitely check out the private Discord server, guys. Patreon link below. It's a 7-day free trial, and after that's $20 a month. We have a lot of traders on here. Trade with us, guys. make some money with us. It's a fantastic server. We have a bunch of traders that are very experienced, and we're having a lot of fun trading. And even I'm trading a lot of these options because a lot of these trades do make money, and these trades are pretty nice, right? Green means buy, red means sell, and last week one of the finest trades was SMCI calls making 132%. Easy money. Check us out.